Good day everyone, welcome to the video of the transformation of the meaning of racism throughout history, focusing mainly on the social phenomenon of the change in the society and answering questions of how and why. Did you know that the term race is actually not true? Somewhere during the 18th century, during the era of colonialism, African people with darker skin were great laborers, and to keep them to be a slave, they created race to categorize Africans as inferior to justify the actions of taking away their freedom with the aim of keeping them under control. Why did they do these things? First, they wanted to keep their slaves, and second, having slaves helped their economy. Finally, being in control over slaves maintains their dominance, and so their creation of race justifies their actions despite motives. Hence, the creation of race has also created racism. So there will be two analyses in this video. First is the similarity of emotional impacts that leads to no clear way to determine racism, and secondly is the correlation between aspects that can broaden the scope of racism. And so the meaning of racism has expanded. Now it covers not only race but ethnic and religion as well. To the first analysis, the similarity of emotional impacts. Let's start with the basic component of an individual, which is the identity. We have gender, cultural, and so much more. Now in this video, we're going to focus on the cultural identity, and under it we have race, ethnic, religion, and etc. So under the same branch of cultural identity, let's examine the act of discrimination starting from race. Here's your average dark-skinned guy, then someone discriminates him, he was hurt, and then he labels the encounter as racism. Let's examine the act of discrimination in ethnic and religion. Someone discriminates the guy and he remembers and associates the feeling that he had and decides that it is racism. How did it happen? It is through the similarity of emotional feelings people tend to associate most discrimination as racism. Why can that happen? It is due to the correlation of aspects that broadens the scope of racism. Introducing Aaron, the Arabian guy, surrounding him as well, Americans. If these two people discriminate Aaron, and since they are from different races, it can be called as racism. Here comes Aaron again, but this time the two people discriminate him with reasons such as all Muslims are terrorists. This is also racism. Let's examine. The two people are discriminating Aaron because they thought that he's a Muslim and hence a terrorist just because of his Arabian looks. This seems like a religious discrimination, but then it is racism because it supports the discrimination of Aaron the Arab against others. So, in conclusion, the social phenomenon of the change in the meaning of racism in society is because of two factors. The first one is the similarity of feelings from the experience of being a victim of racism, and so when experiencing other discriminations that relates to identity such as ethnic and religion, one might refer it to as racism. And the second one is other aspects such as ethnics and religion may support the dynamics of racism, hence some may refer to those discriminations as racism as well. That is all for our video. More details can be found in our essay. Have a great day!
Created using Powtoon.